beloved video game Super Mario Bros. Gets an animated movie adaptation this week with Chris Pratt and Charlie Day playing Mario and Luigi. It's a pretty simple story where they team up with Princess Peach and Donkey Kong to save the kingdom from the giant turtle monster known as Bowser. It's got lots of kid-friendly action, some base humor, and plenty of bright colors. It's made for the kiddies, and by that low standard, it works.
You ask me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Yeah, okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now.
For a rookie?
Yes.
Who's never set foot on an NBA court.
That's the literal definition of rookie.
Working much better is Air, the crowd-pleasing story about how Nike landed Michael Jordan to launch their new line of basketball shoes. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon star, alongside Viola Davis playing MJ's mother. This is a crowd-pleasing drama with plenty of great performances. Just know that the movie is about the men behind the famous shoe and not Michael Jordan himself.
You got a name for it?
Air Jordan.
I don't know.
Seriously?
Maybe it'll grow on me.
Joe. Miami Center. Is anyone there?
Say your tail number and intention.
Doug, what's going on?
I've got an emergency up here. My wife and daughters are on this plane.
I need you to stop a plane crash.
Over on Amazon, Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham star in On a Wing and a Prayer, a faith-based drama about a family on an airplane when the pilot suddenly dies. It's up to the father, with the help of airport personnel and pilots on the ground, to talk the man down safely to the ground. This is one of those films where a series of problems pop up only to be knocked down with some simple action. It's not very believable, and quite frankly, not very good.
Our goal's pretty simple. I want to help you get what's in here and just splash it onto there. Don't worry, it's not rocket science. It's harder.
Finally, Paint is an odd little movie. Owen Wilson stars as a Bob Ross-type TV painter, but one whose Svengali lifestyle comes crashing down when a new painter arrives on the PBS scene. This one has some dark, oddball humor and a Napoleon Dynamite vibe, especially in the scenes where our hero starts freaking out over his diminishing popularity.
PBS Burlington.
Carl stole my newspaper.
Yes, we're aware that Carl is stealing newspapers. Please hold.
And that's what's new this week at the movies. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy.
Here's Sean McBride, the movie guy, with his reviews on Super Mario Brothers and the other new movies that are coming out.
And there's a good collection of them this week. It's interesting. Super Mario Brothers is expected to be a major thing. Mm-hmm. This is the first real family animated film we've had since Puss in Boots.
Okay.
So that's before Christmas. So they're expecting this to do $120 million. And I think if you're taking your kids to this movie, you will enjoy it. It's Mario, it's the game you know. It's Princess Peach, it's Donkey Kong, Mario and Luigi, it's Bowser. I mean, it's characters that these kids will know.
Nostalgia.
And quite frankly, yeah, their parents will know it too. Mm-hmm. They'll have a nostalgic feel for it. I'm not going to pretend like this is a great story. It's really a little plot to try and get everybody to get all the characters. And then we see it's a side-scrolling moment where it's just kind of like gameplay. And then there's Donkey Kong throwing barrels at people. And now suddenly it's a Mario Kart moment when they're on the Rainbow Highway. But look, it's brightly colored. It's from the studio that did the Minions stuff.
Okay.
And so I think those kids, if you like the Minions, are probably the right mood for this movie. It's, like I said, it's lots of action, silly characters. I don't have a problem. Some people had a problem with Chris Pratt playing Mario. I didn't have a problem with that. I thought the performances are perfectly fine. I love Jack Black as Bowser. I think he's very good. So yeah, look, I think it's a pretty good movie and kids will like it.
I think so too, and I think it may even bring you back to wanting to play it once you watch the movie. Mm-hmm. I like the way it looks, like the effects and everything like that. So that's a great one for you guys to check out. Let's move it right along to Air. It's a rated R.
And Air is a movie. It's a Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie. This was a movie bought by Amazon Studios. It was supposed to go straight to Amazon, and instead they released it in theaters because it's very good.
Okay.
And so it's the story of Nike trying to get Michael Jordan to sign on for the Air Jordan.
And I hear a lot of people talking about this one right here.
Yes, and it's a very good movie, good performances. Yeah, once again, kind of nostalgic. Both this and Mario Brothers have lots of 80s music in it, so it's kind of a fun trip down memory lane there. But mostly, I think it's an interesting story. We know about the Air Jordan shoes, but we don't know how they came to be and the corporate, machinations that it took to get to that. Right. I think it's a very good movie. It's certainly the best movie of the week this week.
Yes, I had some people that I know going to check that out as well, so I'll have to put that on my list too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move it right along to the next movie, Paint.
Paint, not a great movie, honestly, but it's an interesting movie. It's kind of like a Bob Ross type painter. He has a PBS story. You know, he just goes on TV and paints, and he has all these groupies that love him. And you know,
This is
it's
different.
It is different. You know, it's Owen Wilson. That's an oddball character. I kind of
Owen
loved
Wilson?
it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I
And,
liked Owen Wilson.
Exactly. I kind of liked it. It's giving me Napoleon Dynamite vibes, but it's very much an R-rated, you know, a strange little comedy with some sexual content too. So.
Okay, I like Owen Wilson, so I may take a look at that too. On a Wing and a Prayer. A lot of us are on a wing and a prayer.
That's
Like,
right, lately, yes.
Yes.
This one's on Amazon Prime, and this one, unfortunately, is not very good, but it is.
no.
It's a story, it's based on a real story. Dennis Quaid is a guy, he's flying home from his brother's funeral with his family in a small plane, and the pilot has a heart attack and dies.
Oh, wow.
And so now he's up there, he's got to learn how to fly a plane and land a plane to get his family to safety. You know, it's one of those movies where there are little obstacles that pop up, and then they just kind of quickly knock him down. It's not very
Sounds
believable.
like a lot of suspense in that movie to me.
Yeah, but a
having
lot of
to
it's,
land a plane.
Yeah, learning, but you know, I guess it's okay, but it's just not very good. So.
Okay, I see. So I guess we have to see how much we like that for ourselves.
There you go.
You don't think it's very good, but Sean joins us every Friday with the latest movies on streaming platforms and services. So check us out again when he comes back. But let's